Okay, so let's start this second session. There will be very little speeches for this session because I will just do a brief presentation of the environment. So CosyVerif is in fact a software environment which goal is to propose formal verification tools to verify all kinds of programs. It's a tool that has been developed for several years by a coalition of laboratories, essentially the LIP6 in Université Pierre-Marie Curie, the LIPN in Université Paris 13, and the LSV in ENS de Cachan. So these three laboratories are located in the Paris area, and so it's quite easy for us to work all together. We belong to a group a larger group of laboratories called MEFOSILOMA for méthode formelle pour les systèmes logiciels et matériels, formal methods for software and hardware systems, that gather lots of people to seminars, common work with books, common papers, etc., etc. And recently, the CosyVerif platform has been agreed by an institute called Institut de recherche en informatique sur le logiciel libre. And this institute is basically a research center for libre software. There is a client-server architecture. So on one side you have a server that embeds tools. And this server will answer to queries, and queries coming from clients. You have a first type of clients, which is a command line client, and the one you will use, which is a graphical interface client, graphical client. The interest of having both, they communicate through web services. The interest of having both is that you can use CosyVerif as a backend for other tools that do translation into one of the notations that is available on CosyVerif, and then fetch back results that are executed on the server. CosyVerif is distributed and open. It supports varieties of notation, basically Petri nets and all kinds of automata. With all variants, these are 12 formalisms, so different mathematical-based notations. It's based on technology is changing, but on XML-like technology. There is a way to reuse existing formalisms. So if somebody, during his PhD thesis, for example, wants to implement a prototype, it's very easy for him because he doesn't have to care about all the graphical stuff, etc. He just has to create the core, to implement the core of his algorithm, and then plug in into the libraries of the environment, and then it can be embedded in the system. And the idea is to use it as a proof of concept, but also to develop prototype tools, and we also are making contracts with industry with this tool. So this is basically a view of what you have in Petri nets and related notation. So place transition, stochastic, symmetric net with bag. It's a prototype tool, and high level with some enhanced colored functions. What you will have is a USB key. You have it here, and this USB key embeds VirtualBox because the server in fact, it's a Linux machine that runs in a virtual environment. So you need VirtualBox. You can also use QEMU. It works too with QEMU. There is a Java virtual machine because the user interface works as Eclipse autonomous. It's not a plugin, it's a bundle, an Eclipse bundle. And so for that, at this stage, you still need Java. And then there are, in fact, a free specialized version of Java for Linux, macOS, and windows, and then they all operate the virtual machine. And in the USB key, you will find out all the PDF from all the presentation you have today, and also the exercise part. So the practical section, you have basically two things to do. The first is modeling a shared bicycle service. The idea is to play in between place transition and symmetric net. And then you have to model and analyze a swimming pool manager. Okay, in fact, how to do how to have a protocol that will enable an appropriate use of cabins and of the resources, in fact, in the pool by a user. And the idea is to use symmetric nets and to parameterize a little bit your model.